Nothing says welcome to a city better than a walk in the woods. Yeah, welcome to the city of Torun. Thorn. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it. Anyway, we're here in the central part of Poland. And in the background over there is the train station. I got turned around already twice. And yeah, my phone's not working. It's a good start. It's a good start. So we can go this way or this way. I think we'll stay on the road. So, some of you are going to ask, hey, Jonathan, why is your phone not working? Got me. I got a international data plan when I was in, before I left, and it's for Switzerland, or it worked when I was in Switzerland when I landed, and then when I landed here, turned on my phone, and it just will not give me what I need. So, yeah, so we're kind of like walking blind, like truly, as the sun is setting here in this area. Hopefully my spidey sense is correct and I just go this way and we'll hit the main road that goes across into the historic city that's been around, I think, since like the 8th century, also known as the City of Angels. That's right, City of Angels. And I'm not talking about Los Angeles there, okay? So, home of Copernicus. I don't know why I always mispronounce his name, but yeah, home of him. So, let's see what we can find. First thing I really want to find, though, is my hotel, but yeah, soon. I don't know if you can see that sign, but the camping tramp. Yeah, I don't know how that would fly in the States. Camping tramp. So down there, through the fence, you might get a glimpse of the camping tramp cabins. And then there's a muddy trail that goes down to the Vistula, or the Vizwa. Yeah, to the river. The same river that flows through Krakow and Warsaw. That's where we are, but we're farther north. Holy crap, that's a lot of bridge. Well, I guess you're going to be getting a bridge view. Bear with me. So, uwaga. I think that means caution or warning. But yes, we are... this is the Józefa Piłsudskiego Bridge. And look at this, a nice little walking path for us as we go into the city. I'm actually happy it's lit. That would have been a weird start. Just a bit. As we're almost halfway across the bridge. Almost to the good part, the view. I want you to know that I've been traveling for over 24 hours to get here. For my week-long trip back to the motherland, the fatherland, back to Poland. So, hopefully I chose some good locations. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess, in the days ahead. But I'll have some stories to share about the fun and joys of traveling. Yeah, I won't gripe right now. I'm too tired to gripe. But there is something that I'm very surprised about already. Where is the snow? So, if on a February night, it looks this pretty, just imagine what it would be like during the summer. See that big church in the background? And then there's another church. And this is the historic UNESCO medieval center of the city. Can't wait to get down there and explore. I mean, that is after I check into my hotel. And here's hoping to the churches being open at this time of night. I mean, it's only late. It's like 5:30. But, I mean, isn't this more like a province? I know some of you love it when it's just filming me. Remember my comments from my last time that I was in Poland. But, in all seriousness, look how much water there is. Like, so the bridge that we're walking on right now, I think back in the 1400s, 1500s, something like that, it actually was a wooden bridge. And it was, I mean, for obvious reasons, but it was like the longest wooden bridge in all of Poland. I did not realize the river was so long. That's right, so wide. So wide. Wow. Beautiful city. It's another vantage point for you guys. Oh, and let there be light. Let there be light. Isn't that great? And I almost got taken out by a cyclist. Pure excitement here. This is really, really cool. The lights just turned on in these parks that are right next to, like, I think the castle. Well, we'll say, yeah, the fortifications. So I'll show you where we are. The river's right over there. And then we're going up here. Our hotel is somewhere yonder. It would be kind of funny though if the city walls are like preventing us from getting across. But I got my landmark here, the Hotel Boulevard, and we're one of these side streets. What a pretty city. Well, the historic part anyway. I, obviously can't rate the whole thing. I don't know what that building is directly in front of me, but it's gorgeous. I don't think it's a church. Could be. Alright, so we have to look now and pretend that we have some idea what street we're on. And honestly, I have no idea. Like, how's your Polish, guys? What's this, like under the something? I don't know. We'll just go this way. We'll see what we find. I'm one of these streets. I did take a picture of the front of the hotel, which clearly, I'll be able to identify in the dark. Not at all. So the worst case is that I get lost and have to ask for directions. Look at this. Look what we found. The Museum of Chocolate. Huh. If only we didn't have stuff to do. As I hear the chimes going, look at the name of this street. I think they named it after some famous astronomer. And down there's this cool looking cat building. I'm gonna really have a good time walking around this. This looks like fun. Well, it did. I went down one street, and right next to the hotel is the Jazz and Whiskey Club with that big cat I was talking about that you can see right there. So we're gonna check in, and then after we check in, we'll continue with this hodgepodge of a tour of this really cool city, actually. And on a side note, I was trying to think to myself, I'm like, why does it seem so quiet right now? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's a Sunday night. That makes sense. All right. Right here, we're staying at the Hotel Retman. All right, let's do this. All right, we are settled in the room, and now we're out and about. And I'm starving. I'll show you my homeroom. I'll show you my hotel room later. For $42 a night, you can see what you get here. Look at this cute place right here. It's a coffee and whiskey place right across the way. Now, sadly, I'm not much of a coffee drinker or a whiskey drinker, but I know someone who is a very popular travel blogger. IntoTheBloom.com. So, Miss Dominica, you need to come down here and try that out and let us know what you think. So we're going away from that, even though I said I was hungry, and we're going to these little walls. We're going to walk out here and see what the river looks like. This is very exciting. Look at this right here. Oh, it's so pretty. There's the wall. I know it's dark, but you can still get a good idea. Oh, this is cool. And in the morning, this would be a lot better. So obviously, not going to film much here. Well, we quickly turned around. I can't film in the dark. So instead we'll, which is a shame because there's different, there's a lot of ornamentation on these buildings that we're missing out. So one cool thing or many cool things actually about this city, is that, and I might have already touched on it, but I'll touch on it again, is during World War II, it wasn't bombed. So none of it had to be rebuilt. And because of that, it's a very special place, because you can really get a glimpse into the medieval part of Poland. Yes, I've gotten pulled towards pizza. I always get pulled to pizza. I don't know why. Looks cute, but I'm sure we'll have pizza later this week. So let's try something else. Like some real, authentic food. So I just passed 3 different coffee shops. So this is like a coffee haven. And this, you know, I didn't do this on purpose, folks, but look what we found. The house of Nicholas Copernicus, right here. This is where he grew up, or maybe where he was born. But there's a reason why the house is lit up. Huh. That's awesome. I love when I don't even try and we magically end up where we need to be. So this house was built in the 14th, 15th century. And it was owned by Copernicus' family during the years that he would have in fact been born. So that's pretty cool. I only took this side street because I was trying to get to the cathedral. And then I was like, wait a second. That name looks familiar to me. We have a giant guitar here. Here's the Lizard King. Well, I feel like we're doing our old school back to it, like a real walking tour. Ooh, look at this, guys. I don't know if you can tell by the lighting, but this is a chocolate place. This is a gingerbread place. Another thing that this city is known for, it's known as like the city of gingerbread houses, or gingerbread in general. So if you're into gingerbread, you gotta come here. And I'm taking it all in. I'm taking it all in. Look at this. Look at this church right here. This is the one that we could see from the river. Wow, look at this. All right, the timing. As you just saw, we just accidentally ended up there when a service was going on. I immediately, I like lowered my camera once we heard that, and I was like, oh God, because you know I'm trying to be very respectful. I don't want to interrupt stuff like that. But that there was the Basilica of St. John, in case you were wondering. So I suggest not going at 6 o'clock on a Sunday night. That's when they do Mass. And I was going to stay, but my stomach's rumbling. And right here I have found 3 potential restaurants to go check out, but we're stuck. They locked us in. I don't think that was intentional, but that's how it worked out. This city reminds me a lot of Gdansk, which we'll see later this week. And you'll see why when we tour around, but yeah. I like the energy. It's nice. And it's clearly not as crowded. Granted, again, it's February and Sunday night. But so we have choices. We have the Old Metropolis, La Nuna Sicily. We have a Sicilian restaurant. Or we have a pierogi place. Uh-huh. I see. What is this? Ay caramba? Kidding. I didn't go into any of those places. It's not that I don't want to. I feel like there's more to see first. Down there's the other church I wanted to see. Actually, there's a couple of them. And then down here, there's just a lot going on. I'm usually not out at this time of night. Oh, look at this. Here's a Pachki place. I promised this time I was going to film it where people could actually see things. So look. Here's the Pachkis. And I just realized with the glare, there's no way that you saw any of that. So, anyway, it's the Polish version of a donut. I've just crossed another chocolate place. It's really it's amazing. It's not that big, but you have like a good amount of restaurants, more than I expected. But I mean, granted, this is a city of, I think, 200,000 people. So here, I think, is the Copernicus statue. Find out momentarily. Oh, that's pretty. Yep, that's exactly what it is. And I think we're in the center square area, because just kind of looking at the way the buildings are right here. I've been into enough Polish cities at this point that you can kind of, figure it out. But look at the architecture on this. Isn't it beautiful? The ornamentation. Got your fish restaurant right here. And look, got a little market here with some flowers. Yeah, so this is your center square. It's got to be. And we'll just walk to the other side of it. Another coffee shop. It's cute. Now, usually, most people would be okay going out right now at this time of day, going out to eat. I typically don't like the crowds, so now I'm like looking for a place that's not crowded, but if it's not crowded, it's probably not that good. You know what I mean? There's an Indian place right here. Little cocktail bar. Looks pretty. But again, here's the square. Beautiful, huh? More restaurants, another coffee shop. So I was actually about to go into the Indian place, but I have a garlic allergy, for people that aren't familiar with that. And I was like, maybe we don't want to start that off the first day here. But look at this. When I think of Europe, this is what I think of. Well, when I think of Poland, the beauty, right here. It's gorgeous. And then there's another church back over here. Actually, I think it's the same church that I tried to go into before. Or maybe not. I'm all confused. Oh. Well, while I was trying to mock the post office, I found a sign that deals with Napoleon. Yes, when he came through this area. You'll learn in my Sopot video, when we go to Sopot, that his doctor wanted to make that whole area like a wellness center for his men. I have to make a decision quickly because I'm noticing that the restaurants on a Sunday night all close at 7. But I'm getting distracted by like these geese that I don't know. I was hoping just to get some pierogis, and that's what I've been looking for, but it's like the place that I thought had them, they're closed for the night now. So yeah, we're trying. So in my search for food, I have come across this huge gingerbread and chocolate place right here. And I have seen a sign for pierogi. So this gentleman right here in the middle of the street, he's directing me to where I need to go. Let's hope that I can figure out where that is. I'm literally just following his sign. We're going down this quieter street where there's not as many people, and I'm praying that the place is still open. Huh. But I can see why they'd have to have a sign, because look, we're just kind of walking. And I think it was like number 3. So I think it's like at the end of the street. We'll see. We'll see. It's getting cold. I was trying to think to myself why there's so many like younger people out tonight. And I remembered that they're all on vacation. So this is vacation week, or vacation weeks. We have a choice to make, all right? I see in front of us, we have 2 choices. It's the barbecue and vegan place, or the pierogi place. You make your vote. See? Barbecue vegan. That's funny. To me, anyway. As I'm walking in the middle of the street. Or pierogies. I think we're going to do pierogies, kids. When in Poland, you got to do these things. So that was the Kozak pierogi. We're going to shorten it. I realized afterwards, I was like, oh, it's for the Cossacks. Because I walked in, I was like, wait a second, this is Ukrainian. This is cute. Inside here. But anyway, sorry, I digress. So that was a Ukrainian place, and you noted I ate some pelmeni. I wasn't going to get a borscht, but they actually were all out. And I was trying to be respectful. That's why I didn't talk. Because there was a lady in there who was performing, and I was like, do I film? Do I don't? You know, like, what's the protocol? And, but that was a nice, unexpected treat. If I see pelmeni in places, I always get it, because I love my pelmeni. Here's where we came from before. Here's the armaments out there. Well, I call them the armaments, but it's interesting. This part of town reminds me a little bit of Krakow as well. I know I mentioned the Gdansk reference, but for Krakow, but without the people. Other tidbit where we just ate. So I was sitting in there, and then there were a group of kids that came by, and they yelled something. They opened the door, and then they ran off. I wish I caught it on camera, because the waitress, who was clearly Ukrainian, she just kind of shook her head, just like I did. But I wish people would just kind of how do I phrase this with being nice and knowing that I'm also a teacher. A little sight. You know, kids can be kids, but don't be dickheads. How about that? There's other words I could use, but not on this channel, I guess. Not on this channel. But, yeah. You know, the one thing I haven't seen yet, I've been looking for, is the cemetery. I was going to go cut up and look to see if that was a cemetery, but I can hear the kids. And since I just ranted about them, I mean, I get it, but anywho, this is an interesting collage of artwork. It's not coming in very well, but it's still interesting. Still interesting. Well, I'm appreciative that we saw that sign, because that meal was exactly what I was looking for. So thank you for being in the right place at the right time for that. And I think that's going to end our first night here. Our first night here in Poland, back in Poland. I hopefully you got a little feel for this city, even with the limited lighting and whatnot. I don't know if you could hear that. Some person thinks they're in Fast and Furious, and they're revving up around like the historic center part. I appreciate that you were able to tag along for this walk and help me stretch my legs, actually, after 24 hours of travel. So thank you, and we'll catch up real soon on our next adventure. Peace.